Summer is my favorite season. Warm evenings, short sleeves, and strawberries. Today we're making them into a beautiful appetizer with fresh herbs, cream cheese, and a drizzle of balsamic glaze. And then a colorful entree salad with goat cheese croquettes, balsamic glazed salmon, fresh spring greens tossed in a strawberry vinaigrette. And our dessert challenge of the day, a lower fat, lower calorie baked Alaska, chocolate brownie with strawberry ice cream and meringue. And of course, a lovely organic wine. Oh, how sweet summer is. Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to my kitchen. Summer is the time for strawberries, and we're going to make some beautiful things with them today. We're going to make a gorgeous appetizer with an herbed cream cheese and a balsamic glaze. We're going to do a balsamic glazed salmon and a beautiful salad with a strawberry vinaigrette, and our challenge dessert of the day, a strawberry baked Alaska. So let's get started with the balsamic reduction. I've got a saucepan, and I'm going to put the heat on about medium-high. I have 2 cups of balsamic vinegar, about half a cup of wild honey. I'm gonna whisk this together. Turn the heat up on that to about high and let it sit for about 2 minutes. We're just gonna let that reduce. Now we're gonna make our filling for our strawberries. I have a cup of tofu cream cheese. Now you can use regular cream cheese if you like, but I prefer to use tofu cream cheese. I also have half a cup of soy sour cream. These are wonderful ingredients if you're lactose intolerant or if you're just looking to do something different. I have some chopped chives, some fresh chopped basil, and about a 1/4 teaspoon each salt and pepper. Just gonna whisk this together. We're gonna put our cream cheese mixture into our pastry bag. I love pastry bags. They make decorating and appetizers so much easier. Set that there. And now for our strawberries. I've cut some beautiful florets. I've basically cored them and made space for our cream cheese filling, and they kind of look like little flowers. It's so easy to do. I'm gonna take a strawberry, cut the green part off, and then I'm gonna cut around it in little triangles, kind of like you're carving a pumpkin, except it's a strawberry. And then you just pop out the inside. And voila. Now we're gonna fill these with our cream cheese mixture. So easy to do with a piping bag. And plate them up. This is such a beautiful appetizer. So beautiful to serve for parties, for guests. Let's check on that balsamic reduction. Okay, let's turn this off. We're gonna set it aside and let it cool for just a second before we add it to our strawberries and our salmon. Today I have beautiful wild Alaska salmon. I'm just gonna spoon some of this glaze over our salmon. This is gonna be so good when it cooks down. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm gonna put this in the oven on broil for about 15 minutes. Cooks pretty quickly. Now let's finish off our strawberries. Just going to just drizzle a little over the top and a little around the sides. We're going to top it with a little bit of fresh basil. It's really such a lovely herb combination. The strawberries add this really great sweetness. It's a bit of a surprising appetizer, but a really good one. And when we come back, we'll put our beautiful summer salad together with our goat cheese croquettes. And don't forget, our dessert challenge of the day, a baked Alaska. Our balsamic glazed salmon has been broiling in the oven, and we're going to put together our beautiful summer salad. Now for our vegetarian version, we're going to do goat cheese croquettes. I have some beautiful organic goat cheese, and we're going to make little patties out of those and crust them in herbs and do a little pan frying. Just really simply, I'm going to cut this into about 8 pieces. Just making them into little nice sized patties there. Then we're going to take our herbs. And you can use any herbs you want. I have dill and tarragon, little fresh basil. These are going to be so delicious. And it's really a nice protein option if you don't want meat. And sometimes the summer gets so hot that you're really in the mood for something a little bit lighter. And goat cheese by nature is easier to digest than cow's milk. It's actually a little bit closer to human milk. And before we put these in the pan, I'm actually going to put them in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes just to firm them up. Now let's put our salad dressing together. You can do this in a blender or a food processor. I'm going to take about a pint of fresh chopped strawberries. They're so in season right now, you can find them at all the local farmers markets. About a 1/4 cup of chopped tarragon. About a 1/4 cup of champagne vinegar. Now we're going to process this. Just make sure all our tarragon gets in there. Now I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of grapeseed oil, which is a really nice light oil, and just stream this in. A little salt and pepper. Now let's put our salad together. I have some beautiful spring mixed greens. Now these are just a gorgeous collection, and I am going to spice it up with some fresh herbs, which I absolutely love in summer salads because they just bring out a nice zip to it. You can use whatever herbs you want. I've chosen some fresh dill, some chives, some fresh cilantro. It just gives that nice kick to your salad. To that I'm going to add some sliced strawberries, which will bring a really nice sweetness and will match nicely with the strawberry vinaigrette. And some walnuts. Walnuts are a fabulous food for you, really healthy and a really healthy protein source. Let's spoon on some of our vinaigrette. Give it a quick toss. Now let's plate some of this onto our plates here. Nope, one got away from me. Now I'm going to take our goat cheese croquettes out of the freezer. First I'm going to turn our pan on so it starts warming up. I'm going to put that on medium-high and add just a touch of olive oil. Just a little bit. All right, when your oil is warm, we're going to add our croquettes. I can smell the fresh herbs already. Now the trick to these is to brown them quickly so they don't melt on you, but they get that nice crust. Just a couple minutes on each side, if that. We're ready to plate these. Oh, these smell so good. The herbs and the goat cheese. And our gorgeous greens. A little melted, but they'll taste so good. I'm just going to put 2 on this one because this I'm going to plate with our salmon. Now let's get the salmon out of the oven. Wow, these look absolutely beautiful. This is going to be so good on this salad with the herbs and the strawberry vinaigrette. I'm going to garnish with just a few more walnuts. A little extra on our vegetarian plate. And then some beautiful strawberry fans. Look, if you can just kind of fan them out. I've just sliced them to the stem, but not all the way through. What a gorgeous summer meal. And next, our dessert challenge of the day, a strawberry baked Alaska and our lovely organic wine. Baked Alaska is a fun and elegant dessert, and I have some great tips for making it lower in fat, cholesterol, and carbon calories. First, I'm going to start with an organic brownie mix. This mix is also gluten-free and has no refined sugars. Next, the mix calls for 7 tablespoons of melted butter, but I'm using non-hydrogenated vegetable margarine instead. Instead of 2 whole eggs, I'm using a vegan egg substitute that's made up of vegetable starches, and when mixed with water, forms a binding agent. Unlike eggs, this has no fat or cholesterol and very few calories. Now I'm going to mix this until well combined. Give it a quick turn to scrape down the bowl and just make sure that's incorporated. Then we're going to pour it into our prepared baking tin. Now a little trick, I've put a round piece of foil at the bottom of my baking pan, and that will make it a lot easier to get these brownies out. Set this out of the way. That brownie mix is so good. Now we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the toothpick comes out clean. Next, for our ice cream portion. Now, if I was trapped on a desert island and I had one food choice, it would be ice cream. But I don't do so well with milk products. I have a fabulous soy-based ice cream, vanilla, and I've let it soften a little bit, and that's why it looks like this. Now, I want to add some fresh strawberries to it. Just going to incorporate this. Now it looks melted, but this is just going to freeze up beautifully. Now the great thing about this recipe, it has a lot of steps to it, but you can do the brownies and the ice cream a day ahead of time. I'm going to put this back in the freezer. When we come back, we're going to assemble our baked Alaska and take a taste of our featured organic wine. Now I'm going to make the meringue, which is naturally fat-free because I'm only using the white part of the egg. I have 4 organic egg whites that come from free-range chickens with no added hormones. I'm going to beat these until soft peaks form. Next, I'm going to add 1 cup of vegan powdered sugar. I'm going to mix in the powdered sugar and then beat it on high until stiff peaks form. This meringue is going to be beautiful. Let's put some into our piping bag. Now we're going to cut our brownies. And since I want to make individual servings, I'm going to use a little cookie cutter. Oh, it comes out so nicely. Look how easy that is. Don't those look great? You'd never guess that this is a vegan recipe. Now for our ice cream, or our tofu ice cream. That is set up just beautifully in the freezer. I'm just going to put about a scoop on each. Now that is so good. But while I'm piping the meringue on one, I'm going to put the other back in the freezer to stay cool. This is going to be a bit of a tricky recipe in the summertime when it's hot out, if it's hot in your kitchen. Now what we want to do is really get the meringue all the way around, sealing in every last bit. Isn't that beautiful? Let's get number 2. Now there's 2 ways to brown your meringue. One, you can put it in an oven, and that's why you really have to make sure that every little last bit of the ice cream is covered, because the meringue makes a seal. Great. Okay. Now you can do these under a broiler for just a few minutes in your oven, or you can use a kitchen torch. Look how beautifully that browns. Wow, those are gorgeous, and they look really, really delicious. Now quickly, I want to top them with the chocolate sauce. I have a fabulous vegan chocolate. It's a Shosai vegan chocolate, and it has extra antioxidants and vitamins added to it, so it's actually a really good for you chocolate. I'm going to put that on the stove, just kind of on medium heat. I'm going to add a teeny bit of coconut oil, great for baking and cooking. And that coconut oil will keep the chocolate from separating. It only takes a minute to melt chocolate. And I'm just going to add a beautiful drizzle to our meringues. Just a little bit. Little extra calories, but not too many. For the final touch, a couple beautiful dipped berries. Because summer is the season for strawberries. Oops, let's really get the chocolate on it. Wow, that's a big berry. And now for our featured organic wine. We have a beautiful wine from Frey Vineyards in California. It's a biodiverse winery. It's all organic grapes. They have no added sulfites or preservatives. So if you're allergic to sulfites, there's still some that occur naturally in grapes and in the process, but for the most part, it's sulfite-free. I've chosen a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc to go with our dinner tonight. But I really think our guests are going to enjoy. So cheers to a fabulous, light summer dinner, and to a healthy planet and a healthy you. That's really nice.